Michigan and Villanova. Villanova, a 5-point favorite here.
I'm going to lean to Villanova. Obviously, big coaching edge, fundamentally sound team, tournament tested over the past few years. And basically, Michigan, I think, has gotten a dream draw. If for a team that wasn't supposed to get into the tournament, the committee, they did Michigan a whole lot of favors. Let them play in Indianapolis in the same venue they played the Big Ten conference tournament in when they lost Indiana. So they had all the sight lines, everything else. They had the crowd of Indianapolis. And look at who they got to play. Colorado State, last I checked, they play in the Mountain West. That's
yes,
the team 0-4 straight up and against the spread. And they got to play a team from the SEC. Tennessee, that would be.
Although in hindsight, it's easy to say this, but no one thought that Tennessee was like a team that you wanted to draw.
That's right. But I will say this: if I can pick two conferences that I want to play games against based upon how they performed, well, anybody from the West Coast certainly, but especially the Mountain West, which absolutely just vomited all over themselves with 4 bids and bageled, and the SEC has greatly underperformed. So Michigan getting to play in the heart of Big Ten country in a venue they're used to against those two conferences certainly was a positive, not taking anything away. They played impressive, especially with their point guard, being injured against Colorado State. They have exceeded expectations, but there was a lot of, a good nature to their draw as well.
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup here because on one side, Michigan has a lot of the same advantages they did in that Colorado State matchup where basically Nova doesn't really have a real big to stop Hunter Dickinson. And that's what I mean, you saw in that Colorado State game, the offense was this: dribble up the court, throw the ball to Hunter Dickinson, and watch him turn to the basket and basically lay it in. And it worked all night long. He's got elite size, great touch around the basket. He's almost free points down there.
How tall is he?
7'1".
Mm-hmm.
So, and Colorado had a 6'6" guy.
Why can't Edey do that? He looks so clumsy, like Herman Munster for Purdue.
Edey does do that. I mean, he does it.
But you know what I'm saying.
But he's 7'4".
Yeah.
I think once you get over 7'1", you just look funny.
Okay.
Like it's just you can't be smooth looking at 7'4".
Fair enough.
But speaking of Zach Edey, when Zach Edey played Purdue, 21 points, 9 of 12 shooting in a 6-point win for the Boilermakers. So they don't have what it takes to stop him inside. But on the other end, Nova's got great guards that can like back you down. Mm-hmm. Michigan's got no answer for that. They can run pick and roll on Hunter Dickinson, and Hunter Dickinson will be lost, absolutely lost on that end of the floor. So really anybody who's tried drop coverage against Villanova has failed, unless you've got an elite big defensively, and Hunter Dickinson's not elite defensively. So I don't think they have any answers on that end for him. Villanova's got a lot of advantages in here, so I can't quite get to Michigan +5. But because Dickinson's going to, I think that he'll score at will in this game, it's going to end up being a pass for me. If anything, I like the over in this game. The total on this game right now sitting at 135. I think there's value in that, even though the initial thought is, well, Villanova's a snail. Villanova, they're one of the slowest teams in the country, and they are. But I think that they're going to give up a lot of easy baskets to Dickinson, and they're going to want to keep up with the offense. So I think over is the way I'm looking for this game.
And I'm going to go ahead and pass it. Let me ask you this. If you are in Las Vegas, and we, of course, are doing our podcast, and we have a view right off of the Las Vegas Strip here, what book should you be betting the sides in the Sweet 16? Do you know?
I don't know. Where's the value lying?
The place that doesn't allow me to bet, the South Point. But I don't care because I just give the viewers, the listeners, the best advice I can, and that's an outstanding promotion, -105 that they're offering. So, think about this. With everyone dealing the same line, it makes you wonder, why does any book take any substantial bet? I get it. You're betting $20.
Sure.
Hey, I've been known to pull up to a gas station, and I'm paying extra 10 cents for gas, versus driving someplace else. But if you're betting $1,000 on something, your expectation from that's to lose, what, $45, 4.5% is the household. At minus 105, you cut it in half, and you should lose $22. So it's like if you're betting $1,000 on something, it's worth $23 to bet it at the South Point versus somewhere else. $23 is significant enough that you can go ahead and hop in your car.
Gas is high right now, Fez.
$23. It's like, what are you driving? You're a recreation vehicle, from Henderson to get there versus, a closer book. So absolutely, if you're a big bettor, take advantage of the minus 105 at the South.
That's very wise. One more note on that total. Going back to that Purdue game where it was Zach Edey versus Villanova. But Purdue's defense is worse than Michigan's. So it's not apples to apples, but it's not way off to say that Michigan's defense is significantly worse than their offense.
Oh, the South Point does have a property in Summerlin, if you're on that part of town, at the Rampart, which is a very nice property.
They've got the minus 105 as well.
I am sure that they have that, 99.9% sure, yes.
But that Purdue game, Purdue had 1.33 points per possession. Nova had 1.23. So more numbers that make me like the over in this game. So